Hello class, I just wanted to give you an overview of your Lesson 2 work. We've completed 2 weeks of our Foundational English course so far. We have, I think that equals about 14 weeks to go till the end of the semester. But we're starting a new unit this week, which will culminate in your second essay for the course. So I just want to take a minute to run you through that today. What you're viewing right now is an example or a sample of what you might see on your student dashboard when you log into iLearn. This is me represented as a student, so you'll see some erroneous sort of courses in here that of course you're not a part of, but I am. But from your student dashboard, you'll see this Due Soon window frame, which will list upcoming assignments. For me, these are just the assignments relative to our Foundational English course that are due at the end of this week. They're all due by Saturday, which will hold true for most of the assignments for the course. But I just want to reemphasize, if some of you might be working off of this Due Soon category dashboard to work through the course, that you might miss some things. So I want to take you through some other views of the course. You can, of course, click on these assignments that are coming up for this week, but if you only click on these into the course and do them, there are other things that you're going to miss in the actual course that won't really prepare you for what's coming ahead. So rather than click directly into assignments at the beginning of each week, I would prefer that you click into the actual course. So Foundations of English A9 Online, and I'm going into the version of the course that gives me a student view, so me as a student in here. And we're just going to look at our Lesson 2 work. So we finished Lesson 1. You should have submitted your Thinking About Thinking essay during Lesson 1, as well as the self-assessment, self-evaluation of your Thinking About Thinking essay that went along with that project at the end of last week. So that was due on Saturday, and I will be working through grading those this week. To see your grades on any assignments, you should be able to go to the course menu and click on grades, and it will take you to a screen that shows your overall grades for the course. As a student, I obviously have a lot of unsubmitted work so far, but when you look at your work from this view, you can click on any specific thing and see if there's specific feedback at the bottom of here, if I've left some for you. I'm going to go back to our course view rather than grades to walk through Lesson 2. And you'll always want to start each week, if we're going in a Lesson 2, that's this week, with the Start Here page. That'll give you an overview of what's happening in the week, explaining that for the next 3 weeks, so Lesson 2, 3, and 4, is our next unit where we're going to be exploring your own personal beliefs. And at the end of Lesson 4, that's Saturday, you will submit your second essay for the course, what is called a This I Believe essay project, where you'll actually record audio of yourself in a podcast reading your essay and stating what you believe on a particular topic. For this week specifically, you can look in the Prepare page under Lesson 2 and see the 3 presentations that you're going to be asked to view and the 4 essays that you're going to be asked to actually listen to. These are podcasts, very much like the podcast that you will be creating at the end of week 4. So you can these are pretty much samples or examples that you can both read and listen to, which I'll stop listening to it there, to help prepare you for your upcoming work in this unit. They're kind of fun to read through. And then you'll be able to look at the project guidelines for the upcoming, this, I believe, essay, which this looks like it's going to the wrong project, and we'll just submit a fix to get that cleared up. So under the prepare folder, you'll be able to see the major assignments for the week, your 4 readings, the 3 presentations you're asked to review, and reviewing the guidelines for the upcoming project. After that, associated with each week, you'll have a discussion board in the Teach One Another folder, and then you'll have a self-assessment to complete in the Ponder Prove folder. So this week isn't quite as busy as last week. You don't have a full essay to write, but you are preparing for your upcoming essay. You'll take part in your class discussion throughout the week, and just as a reminder for the requirements on the class discussion, if you're a discussion leader, you want to post your initial questions about the readings at the beginning of the week, today, Monday preferably, so that your other class members can participate throughout the week. You want to, it's a good idea to have at least 3 days during the week that you're in here responding to others and participating in the discussion. The last of those just being Saturday, with discussions being due on Saturday. And then in the Ponder Proof folder, you'll have a self-assessment that will pretty much just ask you if you've completed all that work for the week. Your presentations, read through the essays, reviewed the project guidelines, and you will have a separate grade for your actual discussion board participation, but your other grade for the week's work, for readings, and any other thing that's required aside from essays, you'll get the points right here as you complete your self-assessment. So we ask that you be honest in completing that self-assessment. There are a few other points associated at the end of each week for these lesson evaluations, which you're not graded on the content of what you write. You're just getting points for actually evaluating the lesson so that we can help improve the course. The further study that you'll see at the end of each week is just optional if you want to investigate things further, but you're not graded on further study things. One other thing you want to keep in mind for this week, under the Teach One Another folder, is your actual belief statement. So besides taking part in the Lesson 2 class discussion, which one of your student colleagues should be leading in your small group, you'll have another discussion board where you'll click on New Thread and make a statement about something that you believe, and you'll write it out here and post it. I'm not going to post it personally myself, so that you can look at the topics other people are thinking of using for their upcoming This I Believe essay, and so you can start thinking and brainstorming and make a commitment to a topic or a thesis that you are going to write on for your This I Believe essay. And then next week you'll be able to investigate and write on that further and write drafts of it. And then lesson 4 you'll be able to polish it up and review. And by doing so, you'll be taking place in the whole writing process. So the beginning of the writing process, you're brainstorming, you're coming up with ideas. That is here in lesson 2. And then you start drafting those ideas in lesson 3 and getting them on paper and getting them written down and coming up with details. And then in lesson 4, you'll really polish and review what you've been writing and cut out any of the fluff and take part in the revision process of writing. With that, This I Believe podcast coming in during lesson 4 here in the Ponder Prove area. So I hope that kind of helps give you an overview of the week and let you know where we're going from here and how you're going to be graded. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to the discussions that will take place this coming week.